Hi. Happy Sunday, people. We are halfway through the month. How is everyone doing? I am so excited because I'm like, oh my God, I'm a little delayed today, but I'm going to be recording a couple videos. So I said, well, let me try to get it together. And so, anyway, I hope all is well. I hope you have been enjoying the literacy reset so far. Today is going to be good. Who is very famous, and our children beg to go to this place year after year once they see those big old ears and castles and princesses. It's going to be Walt Disney. All right. If you saw the thumbnail, then you know it's Walt Disney. So, Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper job. The reason? He lacked imagination. Let that sit for a moment. The man who built one of the most creative empires in history was once told he wasn't creative enough. Welcome back to the Literacy Reset. 30 days of raising architects. Today, we reset creative risk because literacy does not suppress imagination, it strengthens it. Add that up there. Make sure you guys can see it. Yes. Walt Disney loved drawing from a young age. He also loved stories. He studied storytelling structure, character development, emotion, timing. When he started his first animation company, it failed. He went bankrupt. He lost the rights to one of his early characters. He moved to California with very little money. Most people would have just stopped. He didn't. He studied what worked, analyzed audience reactions, refined narrative pacing. Then he created Mickey Mouse. Not just a character, but a personality. Later, he took another massive risk. He wanted to create the first full-length animated feature film. Industry experts called it Disney's folly. They believed audiences would never sit through a 90-minute cartoon. That's so funny for today. But Disney understood narrative immersion. He understood emotional arc. He had studied story. When Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs premiered, it became a groundbreaking success. Creative risk backed by narrative literacy. So let's get into the hidden principle, right? Because I promise you, my favorite part always throughout this entire series. Creativity, let me get my words correct here, thrives within structure. I'm going to say that again. Creativity thrives within structure. Disney films were not random bursts of imagination. They followed disciplined story frameworks. He had a clear protagonist, rising tension, emotional stakes, resolution. He revised relentlessly, storyboarded scenes, tested sequences, and edited pacing. Creative risk does not mean chaotic experimentation. It means informed boldness. Literacy fuels that boldness because it teaches. And let's break down what it actually teaches, because I don't even want anyone to miss this part here. So, pattern recognition in stories is something that can be taught. Understanding audience psychology something that can be taught. Clarity in communication, something that can be taught. And revision as refinement is not failure. And we learn that by going through the process over and over. Children who read deeply internalize narrative rhythm. They absorb the structure subconsciously. That structure becomes scaffolding for innovation. When we read, we are literally going through things layer by layer when it's a story being told, right? We're paying attention to all of the small, minute characteristics that are popping up. We're looking at the word choices. We're internalizing what they may actually envision. As I said in previous episodes, I love to tell the children what? Reading and writing are cousins. This is what they do, if not siblings. They work hand in hand. And so if we want something worthwhile reading, we have to do some worthwhile writing, because we're going to speak with those words first. So how can you take this and put it towards your homeschool or your learning center, classroom, after school program, etc.? Is this. First, teach story architecture. Who is the protagonist? What is the conflict? Where does tension rise? How is it resolved? This builds narrative awareness. Second, encourage creative projects with constraints. Instead of draw anything, try create a story with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Design a comic with a problem and solution. Write a script limited to 5 scenes. Constraints sharpen creativity. It's going to push them into this field of, oh my God, since this is the structure, I got to make it work within this. And so that forces them outside of their comfort zones, outside of the box, and they become innovative and fun and creative. Next, normalize revision. Show your child first drafts, then revise together. Talk about improvement, not perfection. Creative confidence grows through iteration. And so something that we used to do in our summer camp for theater was we would literally take a play and change it. And I would have the students do all of the changing, right? And so one time in our first beginning days of summer camp for theater, we did Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So instead of porridge, we had sushi, right? We started just changing elements like that to go ahead and give the story a dynamic twist and something that was modern, something that they would have fun with, something that they could captivate. We also did stone soup and changed all of the ingredients that were going to be placed inside the soup. So then you can change character names, their position, what it is that they do, and start doing miniature rewrites. Again, we're enhancing the story or improving the story. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for how can we make this something unique? How can we add our own voice and spin to it? Next, study creative biographies. Discuss what did this person take? Like, what were the risks that they took? What knowledge supported their risk? And how did they respond to failure? Risk becomes strategic when informed by literacy. Something I want everybody to walk away with from this episode is this: you are not raising safe thinkers. Look at the world today. The world today is beyond what we knew as children. It's already in its next phase with all this tech, and it's calling for innovation, creativity, imagination, even in this one, right? Because of all the different tools and things that we have. And you can literally show your child how to create their own stories, first on paper, then drafted through images and create a storyboard. And then now with things like Google Flow, which is just one tool that can actually make a video, and they can bring their own story to life. You are raising innovators. Walt Disney didn't just imagine a theme park, he engineered an immersive narrative environment. He designed experience. And I'm going to segment for a little bit there, because for my fellow mompreneurs or entrepreneurs just in general, something to study as well is Disney's, how can I say it? Their methods for customer service. Impeccable training around customer service. A person that you can get a book from is a guy named Simon T. Bailey. I had came across his information through a coach that I had who knew him and was like, oh, this is a good book. And then when I read it, I fell in love, and I said, let me take these things and build it into the business, because this was something that my staff needed to see, share, and create. We wanted the experience. When you can create the experience, people will love it and follow it. And so this is the same thing in business. This is the same thing in learning. Don't let that fly over your head. What are the experiences that we are designing for our children? That level of creativity requires reading, observing, studying, analyzing, revising, practicing, implementing. When your child builds strong literacy skills, they gain vocabulary to express ideas, structures to organize imagination, confidence to take informed risk. Creative risk is not reckless. It is courageous. It is courageous. It is courageous innovation grounded in understanding. Don't believe me? Just try it out. What do you have to lose? A happy child? One that enjoys something that you're teaching or going over? I'm just saying. If today revealed that your homeschool encourages creativity but lacks structure, that awareness is powerful. Inside the R4S Homeschool Clarity Roadmap, we guide families through teaching story structure intentionally, building writing stamina through revision, encouraging innovation with academic foundations, and raising creative thinkers with discipline. So your child doesn't just consume stories, they create worlds. They create opportunities. They create experiences. I hope y'all catching what I'm laying down. If you are intrigued and it's making sense and I'm clicking, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel. Share it to another educator, another mompreneur, another homeschooling family. All of us is accompanied within this journey, right? And I'll invite you to the opportunity to be a part of our first 100 members of the school community. The Homeschool Studio is a literacy-centered strategy lab where intentional parents become education architects. Everything that I'm designing to put inside this lab, from the beginning to the end, is how do we design the literacy journey that we want for our child, that matches our child and is based upon our child. Not anybody else's curriculum, not anybody's fancy Pinterest, not anybody's, oh, it needs to be that way. I've been seeing that a lot. Oh, it has to go this way. Stop. Because until you know the person's child, their learning style, what they have going on, it's kind of hard to say this is going to be the right fit. No, we design the right fit. We design the right fit. That's what's the most important along this journey. At least it is in my eyes. And so if you get what I'm saying and it resonates, come and join the community. I have some fun things in there. I'll be dropping in AI tools and things of that nature. Again, the architect parent course is going to be in there, and the confident reader and writer, which is another course. So if you are ready to design and not guess, come on, join the group. It's $5. $5. I'm less than Starbucks. And giving way more too. Okay. So if you have enjoyed, I'm grateful for your presence. If you're catching the replay, I'm grateful for your presence as well. Today, we reset creative risk. This was the Literacy Reset, and I will see you in episode 16. I look forward to it. Please enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.